What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Andrew. It's a pleasure to see you as always. Today we're tackling the July Q&A. A little late. I had a busy first week of July for uploading, so we're seeing this in the second week. Usually I film this in the first week, but forgive me, please. What I'm gonna do though to make it up for you is I usually post the Q or the post about the Q, asking for questions for the Q&A on Instagram. I took to the YouTube community tab this time around because I'm gonna answer every question. Every question that you guys put up here. I haven't skimmed through these, so I don't know what's in store. I'm gonna do my best to answer every single one and hopefully can give you guys some good information, help you add some value and all that fun stuff. So let's dig in. Hey Andrew, what's a good drill? Hit irons better. Love the videos and the hard work. Well, thank you. So I guess the question was to do a video, a drill about striking your irons better. Okay, I can try to do that for a Work Harder Wednesday. You got it. Next one. Do you ever play with weekend warrior types like me and my 15 handicap, or do you mostly just play with scratch guys? Glad I found your channel, by the way. Your hard work is inspirational. Thank you, Kenneth. Do I ever? Yeah. When I'm back home in Jacksonville, when I golf with my friends, that's them. They're the weekend warriors. They golf maybe once a week, twice a week. They probably have exactly that, around 15 to 18 handicaps. We have matches. I give them a stroke a hole or something like that. We do skins game. Yeah, I have a lot of fun playing with them. In terms of, I don't play often with like scratch players, maybe on the road for practice rounds and that, but when I'm back home, when I'm training, my recreational, my fun golf is with the weekend warrior type. Why don't you play a driving iron? P790 UDI or 5-wood, your bag seems pretty stock standard. I actually do. I have an RSI UDI that I play. So I go 3-wood to 2-iron, and I'm still waiting on my P790 UDI. But yeah, I play a UDI. What's been your favorite thing about playing mini tours? What's been my favorite thing? I mean, winning, obviously I think that'd be my favorite thing, but in terms of experience in that, I think now my favorite thing about it is documenting it, is kind of showing what it's like, showing people what's out there and peeling back that kind of the curtains to show what mini tour golf is, because I think mini tour golf is an underappreciated, overlooked thing that a lot of people don't know much about. So that's probably been my favorite thing more recently. Winning is always a favorite thing about it, and then meeting guys out there, making buddies, and I've made some lifelong friends from playing any professional golf, so that's gotta be it. That's gotta be one of the favorite things. Would love to see a Work Hard Wednesday, workout at the gym. Okay, I could try. Again, I've tackled this question before. It's hard to bring a camera into the gym just for sake of privacy and respecting the people around. But if I could hook up with like a trainer or a studio and like actually be able to have the right, you know, and the go ahead to film and just talk about some workouts and that, maybe we could look into that. How do I fix my mindset and swing consistency? I think they kind of maybe go one and the same. Swing consistency can be fixed with fundamentals, better mechanics, those things, rhythm, balance, that kind of stuff. Mindset, I think that goes into, you know, swing technique and all of that, and consistency in that regard. But to fix your mindset, I think it can start at the high end, like what are your goals? And then reverse engineer your way back. If you want to improve and shoot X, Y, Z, get your handicap to here, do this in club championships, set your goals and then work your way back to them, and then figure out what work needs to be done to get to it. And then I think that can allow your mindset to fall in line. If your goals are completely unrealistic, it's gonna be hard to have a solid mindset because you're gonna have such pressure on yourself. So if your goals and aspirations with golf are realistic for like small incremental improvements, I think it makes it easier to be patient, and that's a key in golf. And then just to be consistent with your work and your process. So a real good way to fix your mindset on no sports site is really hone in and focus on the process as opposed to the result, the outcome. And I think that's the catch-22 in golf. A lot of people focus way too much on the outcome and forget about the process, or they're able to warm up for 20 minutes before their round and then that's all they get for range time, and then they wonder why they're not improving. I think patience, process, that's a good way to get your mindset kind of in check. What skill level does it take to go pro? I mean, you gotta be at least a scratch player. You should be able to to break par pretty consistently. You should be able to break par in tournament play as an amateur. I think there's some intangible skills like self-belief and desire and work ethic and those type of things. I don't think there's a hard and fast rule for like what your handicap needs to be a professional golfer. Have you ever gotten the shanks? If so, what do you do to prevent them from coming back? Yeah, I've hit shanks. I've hit lots of shanks. I think sometimes when I've been working on things, I've hit shanks in tournaments. The body and the arms just get so out of sync and you slide into it, and the hosel is the first thing that hits the ball. I don't know how to prevent. That's what an instructor's for. I'm sorry. I don't really have a fix for the shanks. At what point do you reach out to college coaches? First of all, I think if you're a really good junior golfer, coaches will start to reach out to you. In my case, I was kind of in that middle ground. I had some coaches show interest, but I made the effort. I got that Ping college book and, you know, sent letters to hundreds of schools. And I know there's programs and there's people you can work with that will do it for you. I think if you're in your mid-teens, 14, 15, 16, and you're having good competition and you can shoot some low scores, you have a nice scoring average of 75 or below, I think that's when you should start reaching out to college coaches. Any good putting drills? Yeah, I've got a few in my Work Harder Wednesdays. I'll link them below, I guess, but I'm pretty standard with my putting. I do really basic gait work, alignment work, rhythm work. That's about it. A really good one is just work on 6-footers, put a gate a foot out so that you know you're starting the ball on line, make 100 of them, and that's it. Because starting the ball on line is the most important thing when it comes to putting. Besides golf, what is the one thing you absolutely love doing and why? I love editing videos. It sounds cringy and it sounds cliche, but I absolutely love making videos, editing videos. I love music, I love electronic music, so DJing that, downloading music, basically creative. And I mean, I love spending time with Kelly and just relaxing. Like, there's a lot of things, but if the one thing right now, here and now, the one thing I absolutely love doing as I'm on the road and I'm by myself a lot, editing videos. What are some tips for practicing? I'll work on something that was holding me back and master it, then something new takes me down. What are some tips to keep everything in the swing consistent? I don't know if there's any tips for that, man. I think that's just the nature of golf. I think every golfer deals with that. Like, you'll work on something, you'll feel it, and then something new comes out. Because if you're working a lot on your short game, you can lose a little bit of your long game, and vice versa. If you're working a lot on the iron play, the chipping and the putting, like it's having a well-balanced approach to your practice, covering all your bases, and having your time to focus on technique, and having your time to focus on playing shots, having your time on the range, having your time on the golf course. I think that's just the nature of golf. You're always trying to improve, and consistency is ever elusive. I think consistency is a bit of a myth. Even the most consistent players on the PGA Tour have inconsistencies in their game. So I think some tips for practicing is just have a really well-balanced approach to your practice and be very, very patient and embrace small incremental improvements. Have you thought about trying to qualify for the Asian Tour? Check out the Oates Victoria Open. I would love to play golf in Australia. I just have never been able to afford to get there, and I've never had a desire to play in Asia, unfortunately. I've heard a couple poor stories over there from players with travel and then shenanigans that happen on the golf course. It's just not something that interests me. Did you play college golf? Yeah, I did. At the University of Ottawa, I did play college golf. Do you think it's necessary to play college golf to turn pro? No, I don't. I don't think it's necessary. I don't think there's a prerequisite to being a professional golfer that you had to play college golf, NCAA, Division I, Division II, NAIA, whatever. I don't think there is a prerequisite. Obviously, having a good college career helps because you've played a lot of tournaments, you're comfortable in tournament play, and maybe you have created a name for yourself and people want to support you and encourage you to turn pro. That helps, but there's great college players that never turn pro. So there's no formula, there's no checklist that you need to accomplish before turning pro. You just have to want it and have a desire and know how hard it's gonna be and how much you have to work, and be very patient as well. If you could change one thing about your game, what would it be? I would change my mental game more than anything. I just sometimes get gripped with hesitation and fear and lack of commitment. I used to be very good at it, but as I've mentioned in these videos before, like scar tissue that you develop over the years. It's hard to break through, and I think I'm doing better this season than I have in a while, but I would want to change that. I'd want to play a little bit more committed, confident, trusting in myself golf. Not fearless, anything like that. Like I want to just be more committed and trust and believe in myself more over every shot. How do you mark your ball? Line it up. I just line up the TP5X line. I only put 2 dots over the E of TaylorMade, so I don't have a line on my ball. I just line it up like that. And what kind of ball marker do I use? I use coins in my little bag that I got from Bermuda. I've had good experiences playing golf in Bermuda, so I've always just used a quarter from Bermuda. Hey Andrew, love the content. My notifications are on. I watch your stuff pretty much the day it comes out, so thanks for that. No, thank you for that. But my question is, if someone wants to decide to go pro, what steps should a good amateur golfer take to jump in the smartest way, and what are kinds of scores you should be looking at scoring before I go for it? Again, I think I've already answered those. I think if you're consistently, you know, right around par or better at your home course, and you can do that in tournaments, and you have a lot of self-belief, and you have the desire and the patience, and you know how hard it's going to be, but you're willing to tough it out and give it a go for a couple of years, and if you have the funding, I think that, and if you have the emotional support from friends and family, I think those are the things you need to look for before turning pro. Tips for chipping it closer and not duffing it short. Put the ball a little further back in your stance. Helps you catch ball first. I don't really know what type of chips you're talking about, but I think putting the ball a little bit back in your stance, maybe it gets stuck in the middle of your stance. You should either be hitting chips off the front if you want to hit it high, or off the back. A lot of people, if you get it in the middle, it's really going to be hard. The leading edge is going to dig, or you're going to bounce it and just no bueno. So put the ball a little further back in the stance, lean the shaft a little bit, and maybe that'll help you. Do you keep your handicap? No, I don't. The last time I kept my handicap was before turning pro. Like you asked here, what was it? I turned pro at a +4. So at the end of 2007, I was a +4. Hey Andrew, I'm a junior golfer league, and I'm in the middle of trying to top the age of my bracket. I struggle on keeping my composure mid-rounds. Any tips? I don't know, man. I struggle with that too. Like, you need to be really, really committed to and focused on your process and what you can control. Losing your composure often is a result of getting frustrated with results. If you're picking the right clubs, if you're committed to your shots, and you think positively, you're not saying don't do this, you don't have negative thoughts going into the ball, that's kind of it. Like if you've got your numbers, picked the right club, all of that, everything you've done before you've swung, if you've accomplished all of those things, I think that's all you can really evaluate yourself on. Losing your composure is, again, often because of getting frustrated at a result. You just have to roll with it and stick to the same routine, no matter if you just made 3 birdies in a row or 3 bogeys in a row. So it's really, really focusing on what's in your control. And that's the process, that's the pre-shot stuff, and the post-shot come down, and then maintaining your composure will be a little bit easier as a result of that. Hey Andrew, my name is Clayton, and I'm a freshman high golf. I practice about 2 to 4 hours a day. How long did the journey to becoming scratch take you, and do you have any tips to practice? Any tips beside practice? Patience. I've said that a lot. Be very, very patient. Be more patient than you think you have to be. How long did it take me to get to become a scratch? I think I became a scratch around 15 or 16, and I started golfing I think at like 12, like taking golf seriously at 12. 2 to 4 hours a day of practice, that's awesome, man. Keep doing that. Do you have any tips for junior golfers? I think I've given some tips. You just have to have some fun with it. I took it way too seriously at times, and it wasn't fun. And I think that's normal with being a teenager. You're growing up, you're figuring stuff out, but enjoy it. Don't take it too seriously, because it is a sport that's fun and amazing. And if I could, in my 34-year-old self, tell you things from 20 years ago, like I didn't appreciate making friends. I didn't appreciate being able to travel to play, you know, the junior provincials or match plays or anything like that. It was always too serious because it was about my future, about college, about this, about that. Just have fun with it. Above all, soak it in. Don't let it pass you by, and really enjoy it. That's it, guys. All of your questions. Hopefully you're still with me. I really, really appreciate the constant support, feedback, and these questions. Give this video a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't, and I'm gonna see you in just a couple days with a brand new Work Harder Wednesday. Peace.